we get a Game 4 in London? Let's find out.
When the bracket was announced, everybody was looking towards this game and thinking, you know what, I need to make sure I am around for that one. And now the waiting is done, we are ready to get into it. Team Liquid have put together a run of form out of nowhere since finally being eligible to compete in the RLCS, Johnny, but they're against the ultimate test.
Yeah, before we arrived in London, like you said, everybody's calling this match of the day. Now, we've seen 6 sweeps, so that's a low bar. If we get Game 4, I guess you can call it match of the day, but it's become even harder to predict. Everybody at the event, everybody, all the players in practice I've talked to are saying Liquid are going crazy right now. These guys are looking at like a ridiculous level. I know we knew these guys were crazy to begin with, so how well have they been playing in practice? How well they've been playing in scrims that everybody's talking about them?
Well, for Liquid, this is their season here. This is everything that they had the chance to build up to. They have qualified, they are here, and now it's all about the London Major. But for Team Falcons, they've been the question of what if all season long. We keep waiting to see what this roster can do. They've got one shot at it before we get to Worlds, and we get to see what they're capable of as we do get the infield pass. Oski pretty comfortable trying to deal with that one as Atal just smashes it to the opposite side of the field. Kind of leaves his teammate all alone, but that's not what you want to see if you're Oski. And he is covered by a Chronic.
Yeah, a bit far forward there with no boost, Oski. Similar to what we saw from Daniel in Game 1 of his debut in the Winter Major, this is something Team Liquid have got to try and avoid. Consistency is key in situations like this. These kids are so mechanical and they're just so talented. As long as they can avoid mistakes, they're going to be so dangerous.
Possibly the most mechanical lobby we could have put together for this first round.
It might be.
Expect to see things that you're not entirely sure is actually possible, as there is the target man downfield. Was covered pretty well there by Oski, who's doing a very good job of just sweeping around, making sure that nothing builds up for the Falcons. Chronic by himself. Gets the ball to drop down. Oski's going to have a go at it. He's beat too. A Chronic leaves it.
Surely.
Goes for the shot, and TRK keeps it out.
Phenomenal defense, but TRK's been faked out though. A Chronic's not done. That was the best chance of the game so far. Ato's got a better one and he puts it in. Team Liquid lead.
Been very back and forth to get ourselves started, but Team Liquid just look calm. Like, we were wondering what it was going to be. It's very easy for us to turn around, Johnny, and say, yeah, there's nothing on the line here, but they're 15. You're coming here, you've watched Rocket League, you've seen everything build up, and they're just playing their way.
I love that. Well, after the goal, you can just see a Chronic just casually turning there, having a conversation. The countdown for the kickoff's already started. They're just chatting away, like, oh yeah, what are you having for lunch? Or what are you having for lunch? What are you having for dinner later? These guys, crazy confidence, as we see from so many of the young teams these days.
They're going to continue with the pressure as well. 2 minutes already down here. 1 goal to the better is Team Liquid. They might be able to try and add some more to it. They're good at not overplaying these situations. Just shorter challenges. Don't let the ball get moving for Falcons. They do finally get their way out. Break down again. Falcons have just been a little bit slower so far. Team Liquid getting there beforehand. Off the backboard. Ahmad's missed it. And nobody available to follow up.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the double was intended there, and it wasn't far off. Again, boost just not quite enough for Oski when he's going for these big plays. A Team Liquid look like the better team out of the gate. This is huge, because Falcons, many times regionally and in lands in Saudi Arabia, they start off the stronger of the two teams. It's not unusual to see them get a big win in Game 1, so this is perfect for Team Liquid. Not only are they winning, but they're keeping Falcons to no goals.
Pop up there by Oski. Makes it very awkward for TRK, who has to leave it for Ahmad. Oski misses it. Ahmad can keep going. They're looking for some bumps. Chronic has to try and avoid everything, and he was in an awkward spot, but still made himself big enough to keep that ball out.
That was the best chance for Falcons. They had the pressure off the ball. They're getting the whole team involved, and they're going to do that more and more as the game continues.
Oh, there you go.
If they're still losing later on, you can guarantee they're attacking with all 3. Khaled's left alone in the back here against 2. It's going to be the flip reset, and it's going to be a goal for a Chronic. Stunning stuff from Team Liquid.
Well, we just saw a little bit of a callback. We had Ahmad down the opposite side of the field looking for that reset, or looking for the redirect, and instead it's the counter-attack and the flip reset, and the 2-goal lead for Team Liquid.
Yeah, Chronic is playing out of his mind right now. You know, you got to just give props to Ato as well, who is everywhere he needs to be. And Chronic's going to get the double here. It's automatic, it's 3-0. Team Liquid with the back left kickoff strat make it a 3-0 advantage.
Look at them, they're just smiling at each other. They are loving every single moment of this. The Death brought it up about how other teams were going to react to sort of delayed start to this game. Liquid were just joking with each other. They were more than happy just to sit around, wait for it, and get their opportunity. We are going to see the comeback happen in this game. Team Falcons have to get this going soon, but it's incredibly hard because Team Liquid are so capable of individually stalling for time. They're not going to get much of it here, though, as Oski has to shut down Khaled as quickly as he possibly can. Might still get back in time as well. It's a Chronic. He's having the game of his life.
Yeah, Chronic has been so insane this game. I'm also just more impressed with his demeanor on stage and his composure on stage. You know, he's the team leader of a young team here. Both his teammates are the two youngest players at this event. Chronic's not a whole lot older. He's still a young player, even for Rocket League. But he looks like he has got all the experience in the world. Oh, hold on a second, though. Bit of a gap at the backboard. Khaled, in his debut game in an international LAN, gets one.
Take a look at that. Chronic thought he was going to go direct, and Khaled had other ideas. 45 seconds for two. See what Team Falcons have got, and it's going to start from the kickoff. Looking forward to seeing what they've got in the bag. TRK. That's a good win, actually, for Falcons. They can work with this. Khaled will have options on the far side, try to go by himself, still playable. But Chronic, just a little bit too quick for everybody at the moment. So, over to a teammate. Top bins!
Look at Oski. Silences. He's asking for a silence. Heard a lot of noise over there in the players' area during games. Oski just puts his finger out, says, no, shh, just let this one sit for a bit. 4-1, let's get our 3-goal lead back. Game one is Liquid's, surely at this point.
Yeah, V1 earlier on with heavy metal, then this has just been classical art we've got from Team Liquid. Very to the point, very precise, and a very complex riddle for Team Liquid or Team Falcons to deal with here. This game looks like it's more or less out of the window now. Falcons just want to find something. Ato managed to find his own teammate. Last push here, but this one is done. And it is up to Falcons. If we are going from the same rhythm we have had all day today, then this is Team Liquid's to lose from here on out. It has only been sweeps. Falcons need to try and buck the trend.
Yeah, and can they? I really wonder, can they? After starting so slowly here, they tend to be a fast team out of the gate, and they've clearly been second best in terms of pace, in terms of the precision mechanics. I think we only saw one early slip from Oski this whole game, and he finishes off the game with a top corner stunner. So clearly, no nerves carrying on into this game. You know, I made the comparison to Daniel at the Winter Major. You've also got to remember Daniel was able to elevate his gameplay. In Space Station, we're able to elevate his gameplay. So I'm expecting similar things from Team Liquid here. You know, just if you're nitpicking, you can spot a couple of mistakes, but you know, they could make no mistakes here. They are so consistent right now. Everybody, like I said, calling them, you know, the best team in practice, best team in scrims. So this is not even a surprise, you know, for lots of the players at the venue.
And this is sort of the thing for me, really, Johnny, is that so often we come to these events and we hear, oh, this team's one of the best teams in scrims, and we go, all right, cool, but then they go onto the stage and we get absolutely none of it. Team Liquid, though, that looked like a base level for them. That was like, all right, our fundamentals are good. We're quick. We're fast. Pretty much what we want to do, and then we'll start working from there. With Team Falcons, they need to match that pace before they can do anything else. Yeah,
it's a tough thing to do as well. You know, playing faster, it creates more mistakes when you're trying to be precise with your touches on the ball, when you're trying to be as consistent with your landings and consistent with your recoveries. So let's find out if Falcons can elevate the pace. Can they match Team Liquid in that regard without making their own mistakes? Khaled starts off with a great ball chase challenge there. Surprising Team Liquid, who did have possession off the kickoff. It doesn't amount to much.
Yeah, Falcons have had very strong kickoffs from what we've seen so far. Haven't managed to really create much from it yet. Off the backboard, TRK can't go any further, but Khaled's got a little bit of a chance here. Just didn't have the boost to do anything with it. And I'm loving this midfield battle that we're getting from both of these teams. Happy to just accept the two players back. Is a bit awkward there. We're just leaving somebody in the midfield as we go for the double tap. It's off the crossbar, followed by Oski. Oski, no fear on this field.
Yeah, that's Oski chipping in middle, Atto with the double, and look at who comes in again. Oski, just straight away, no boost, but he stays around in the play. Instead of rotating out, he knows there might be something to play with here. It's great awareness by the young man. You know, it's very easy to just autopilot, flip out of the play there, worry about rotating, worry about keeping your boost at 100. No, he makes a play with 0, gets the opening goal.
Oh, well played here. Chronic. I feel like I'm saying this one an awful lot, is in the way of Falcons' attempted passing play. Nothing getting by him for so far. as he does go back midfield. No real support for him yet. This is where Liquid have done their best work. Power clear from TRK does force Oski back. Ahmad, where's his support? There it is, it's Khaled. He already knows that he can hit the double taps. Ahmad delayed. Ran out of boost again. We're talking about senses. I'm saying a lot here, Johnny. Falcons and low boost when they need it in the offense is happening more often than they like. Oh, demo.
That's open.
Follow up,
oh,
sent too high. They might have another shot at this, but Kronic's in the way.
Yeah, it was briefly open there, but not the entire net. And Ahmad misses the target. He was definitely trying to put that one inside the top shelf. There's no way that he was trying to pass that middle by hitting the post, as you know, many players would in that position if they think there's going to be a save. Nobody waiting in the middle. I think that was just a shot and a miss for Ahmad.
So only one goal is the difference. Oski gonna keep following up. Only beats it by Ahmad, who has got TRK. Falcons sending the house a little bit more willingly here. Want some demos, want some bumps, want some boost steals, just anything to get a foothold in this game. Off the backboard, they need this, they've got it!
And for the first time this series, Falcons have consistent pressure. That we've not really seen this in game one. We've not really seen this up until now in game two. They kept the ball in Team Liquid's end. They started to starve the boost, and they were able to grind out a goal against a team who have put up ridiculous defensive stands in this spring split online. Liquid, known for their goal line saves, their pre-jumps, their interceptions. So great play by Falcons, but there's a long, long way to go. All starts with being the first series of the day not to be a sweep. Let's find out.
So against Khaled up in the air. It's TRK. Bumped, but he can continue, and he did try to. Again, Team Falcons are sending everybody, and the game more bumps. Ooh. They've got a second goal. Falcons have decided to go aggressive, and it is working.
What a touch by Ahmad to set himself up for the perfect finish. Now we're going to see how Team Liquid do from behind. They had it all going their way from the start of this series. Now it's all Falcons. Let's see how the youngsters deal with extra pressure.
Oski looking for the solo plays. This is what Team Liquid want the most. They want to send one player for your two. And they can deal with the player advantage later on. Chronic misreads it. First time in the entire series, and Ahmad was almost straight on through. Team Liquid will be very happy with just the level of goal line defense that they have, so they might be able to deal with those one-on-one situations a little bit better than most teams in this tournament will. We're going to see yet another one. TRK, he's got past one, almost got past two. Oski palms it. He's into safety temporarily, but this is Falcons, and this is them setting up shop. It's the opposite now of what we had in game one. Now Falcons dictating the pace off the backboard. Chronic has to get some contact. Oski was sent as well. Team Liquid need to get this back in order just to get rid of the ball. Falcons attack after attack after attack. They're just delaying it for now. Reset the boost. And it's time for a Chronic cross field. Reset second touch as well. Nobody else around.
Yeah, both teams a bit trigger shy with the third man commits right now. Not wanting to concede on counterattacks. As Falcons, like you mentioned, continue to be the team with more territory to play with. Still just a one-goal lead. This is dangerous to sit on. You know, you definitely want to get two against a team like Liquid, who have solo plays coming from every angle. They've got team plays coming from every angle. They've got mechanics just as good as anyone else in the world. And that's a double commit from Falcons. Ahmad's going to take his time, though. Great composure by Ahmad, forcing a 50-50, buying time for his teammates to recover.
Plenty of time here for Team Liquid to set up, and Atoe didn't take a single second of it. Put his team right back into the danger zone. And Falcons will just look at this and say, thank you very much. We'll have a little bit more time in your side of the field, more time that you need to get this goal back.
Zeros on Liquid, you know, they're really playing with low boost right now, so Falcons just have to try and survive. They're going to need to block these shots that Ahmad pre-jumps. That was definitely a surprising outcome. You see all boost totals hit 0 on Team Liquid, but they're able to make something happen. On the counter-attack still, tough backward read, but it's made well by TRK as all of Falcons now on 0 boost. Team Liquid apply pressure late in the game.
Atoe's going to be tasked with trying to keep this one up. Moves on in, he's got Chronic in support. Is he going to look for Khaled? No, he doesn't. It's a booming clear by Khaled. All the work to do now. Falcons have got some more boosts to their name. A Chronic, back to Atoe, off the backboard. Khaled once again cleans up. Nobody else around. And we, for the first time this major, don't have a sweep.
They've done it. They've brought an end to the streak, and it might just be a change in the direction of the wind or something, because Pioneers have just taken down Space Station on the B stream as well, and there's no way they're sweeping SSG. So I think, for now at least, we might be done with sweeps, since Falcons really stepped it up there. Starting down 1-0 down, so it looked like it was just going to be more Team Liquid, more sweeps maybe. But Falcons, they really elevated, and after they scored 2, we saw an uncharacteristic miss from Chronic, who looked like he couldn't make a mistake earlier on in the series.
And for the first time, actually, this entire tournament, it feels like games 2 have always been like a 3-0, 4-0 kind of thing. It's not just been a gradual, oh, you've lost by a goal sort of thing. It has always been relatively fast going downhill for the losing side. So for Falcons just to get that win on the board in the manner they did it, they were the quicker team by the end. The same sort of thing we were saying for Liquid earlier on. And for Liquid, right, time to see whether or not in that playbook there's a plan B.
I think they dealt with the pressure well, though, at the end, Falcons. You're only sitting on a 1-goal lead. It's so tempting to just go up as third man for, you know, a coin flip of a chance. It's so tempting in these situations, but Falcons are very actually experienced in these situations. They've played a ton of LANs within their own region against the same competition that they win against online. So they're actually very practiced in these situations. Ahmad at the end of the game showing a lot of composure as well, just bringing the ball down, giving TRK and Khaled time to recover. You know, they're not panicking at the moment. So I'm liking what I'm seeing from both teams. This is, for now, it's living up to expectations. We called it the match of the day, at least when you saw the bracket draw. And based on the fact that everything else is sweeps, I think so far it has been. Oh, he's somewhere between a double and a shot there. Didn't get either.
Chronic keeps going, looking to try and put together a slight stumble towards the end of the last game, back behind him and refine that enigmatic form that he held. Okay, Oski! I don't think he's too happy about that game loss, Johnny.
Yeah, he really went for that one as well, dodging late. And Team Liquid, you know, so far proven that they can bounce back from something going wrong. They are really gunning for it, and every game so far has been Liquid faster out of the gate. They've scored first in both. They'll score first for the 3rd game in a row. Falcons completely run dry on boost and cannot get the ball clear.
Yeah, Falcons just did not get that one covered whatsoever, and it's a bit of a goofy one to be given away over to Team Liquid, who, for all that they were trying there, what we got from Oski, probably not quite how they imagined getting their first goal, but here we go. Falcons have had the better of the kickoffs,
They've done
and it's finally led to a goal.
And the man who gets the best clip in defense, best clip in offense, every single event he chose. You know, sometimes you just got to play it simple. 50-50s it in. Ahmad with the mechanics, but not the flashy ones. 1-1. Another great regain by Falcons. Both teams have boost-starved each other so well. That's a great little bump there by TRK. He couldn't play the ball after cheating close, but he played the player and knocked him out the play.
Good block as well. Can't find the follow-up shot. Very little time to really set up for it. Midfield battle at the moment is so fascinating. Both teams pretty fearless. And it's actually well communicated as well. I want to go that way. Get out of my way. They even managed to jump and avoid clashing into each other. A Chronic off the backboard. That's a lot you're asking yourself to do. You can't even get the infield. That player was wiped off the field. How much chance? Doesn't have much support. It's been difficult to do. That's a good pass, though. Oski's going to consider it. Khaled with TRK up in support. That play's not really over to anyone, though. Toe's going to be pretty happy just to take back control.
This is dangerous. Ato's got a flip here, but Ahmad does the thing that every lead challenge should do. He plays the ball. He's not getting faked out there. That's his #1 priority. Both teams continuing to play at a very even level as the closest match of the day just gets all the more tense. Almost halfway through game 3. No one wanting to overcommit. No one wanting to make any mistakes. You know, mistakes do happen more on LAN, so smart thing to wait for, you'd think. Both teams not making any for the other to capitalize.
Most mistakes happen during your very first LAN, but has not been the case. Both of these, all of these new players really proven themselves impervious to potential plights of former players.
That's a great 50.
Oh, that's not anyone left, though. So I was going to try and follow her, or at least give the impression that he wants to give it a go. Okay, for Ahmad. Sets it up. Khaled wanted to consider it, and he has got the shot, delayed it, and let the goalkeeper go flying.
I think Ahmad was just disgusted at his own pass there. Looks across again. Was that me?
Oh.
Was that me who just faked a shot, popped it up for the third man to come in? You bet it was. That was great comms. And what awareness by Ahmad to know that Khaled would be close enough to play that before the goalkeeper, who was right next to him, right in front of him. And this guy's stepping up once again. You've showed us that he's got the level in the fall major, and he's stayed at it all the way until spring.
2 minutes to try and get this goal back. Falcons, demo after demo at the moment. Not letting Liquid set up their rotation at all. Atal's back right in. And as far as Ahmad, who blasts the ball over towards Oski. Falcons figured something out at the start of game 2, and they have run with it ever since. And for me, a lot of it is not only how aggressive they are willing to be with their players, but how they're rotating them back out, aiming for Team Liquid players. They want to get another player, as TRK bustling his way down the field.
Wow.
Might have a chance to set up.
Oh my.
Gets it down, and no one else on his team thought he could.
I mean, how many players are you going to go past? They're thinking, TRK, you've just dribbled 2 players, let the third man recover. You've gone past him again. It's just walking through everybody with fakes and 50s. Hard to imagine that he was going to get the ball past so many players there. In fact, he did. Falcons so far have shown an ability to deal with adversity that we haven't seen from anyone else today, and we've got seasoned LAN teams here at this event who have been crumbling under pressure. Furia swept, BDS swept down to the lower bracket. These are teams who have been playing at LANs all season, and now they're under so much pressure in the double elim format. Everybody knows how brutal this is. Falcons, up until now, come back 2 games in a row to lead. Still, there's time for Liquid. How can they create a realistic opportunity? Falcons might actually have a 2-goal lead here. Ahmad's reading that. Makes it look automatic, makes it look easy. Look at the emotion as well. It's all Falcons right now in game 3.
Yeah, so it's less of a question of can Ahmad score it, and more of a question of does he want to add some more spins to the car on his way over to do it. 3-1, 31 seconds left on the clock. And Team Liquid, after a very good game 1, looks second best ever since. The best bounce back that we have seen, and it has come from Team Falcons. Off the backboard, this might be yet another. So we did at least see it away temporarily. If they don't find some play off this, then this game is gone. Yeah. And they need to get the ball at the very least. As you can see, Chronic try to pre-jump just to get something going for his team. They're losing every single challenge, however, even the ones that they're not just being outright beat to. And there we go. Team Falcons, double match point. And Europe really struggling to keep teams in this upper bracket.
What a comeback once again. You know, conceding the first goal 3 games straight, but showing that it doesn't really bother them. They're just going to keep on grinding out goals. Immediately after conceding this game, Ahmad's got a 1v1 play after a close cheek kickoff goes in their favor. He's calm. He's chilling. He just 50s it through the goalkeepers, expecting him to flick it in the top corner. They see the nameplate Ahmad and they're thinking, well, that's probably going to be some kind of air roll shot, some kind of flick. Now he just 50s it in. You know, they've been really careful with what plays they choose to make. Look at the boost on that first goal. Team Liquid, when they can get Falcons into their own half,
so good.
They are able to break them down. They can force Falcons to be boost starved and then find a way through. So I think that's the win condition for Liquid here, is just try and go for those big boost starved plays where they're keeping Falcons pinned back, and eventually their mechanics are going to do the talking. Goals will come, but you know, you got to be so careful in those situations not to overextend, because as soon as you let Falcons start coming back into the midfield, they're apparently free now. They've found a way to avoid that game 1 domination that Liquid put on them. It
really has, for me, the main battle I'm seeing is both teams trying to figure out what to do with that third man. Falcons have got this sorted now. They know when they want to send everybody. For Liquid, it's been a little bit more of a guessing game. They're not sure when they can get a big enough win against Falcons to get that extra player up, because it might not be worth the risk, because we do it off the backboard, and Chronic sees his shot saved. Yeah, nice read by TRK. He understood that the double was, in fact, quite a tough angle there, so he just prioritized recovering, getting a challenge into the second shot. Oh, there might be a bump on this one, though. Khaled somehow avoids it. I mean, that bump looked pretty good to me. As he flew in front of the ball, Team Liquid continue to hunt for that goal. They're looking to steal a boost there, but it wasn't there to be stolen. Now it is. Who's going to get it in the back corner? It looks like it did go to a Falcons player. You can see how spread out everybody was. The Falcons, it's immediate! No hesitation, just send Ahmad and watch the ball go in.
TRK with the late flip reset pass. Oski's worried about the shot. Ahmad knows different, finishes it off 1-0. Quick update for you on the B stream. It's a long overtime game 2 between SSG and Pioneers, who are 1 goal away from going 2-0 up on SSG right now. So many upsets, so many crazy results coming in the upper bracket. They've actually they've gone and done it. Pioneers lead by 2 games, but we've got action on the A stream as well. Falcons looking for their 3rd straight game.
What are you saying? No chance of another sweep?
Yeah, I did. I did say that.
That seems to be the way it is. But Team Liquid want our attention back on them. Lads, you've got it.
TRK thought he was lofting the ball safely into the corner. Chronic had other ideas. Drills it into the middle, and Oski was there for him. Team Liquid are also able to regain from 1 goal down, just as Falcons did in the previous 2 games. Can they work this into a lead now? So we haven't seen them looking in an advantageous position since game 1 late in a game. You know, they start strong, now they've got to finish strong.
I think it's the moment now where you start to look towards the players either side of a Chronic. He's had his moment, but I think he's been a bit read now by Team Falcons. They know how to at least adapt to him and challenge him. If you look towards Oski and Ato, they've had chances, they've had time.
Yeah.
Just haven't quite put together the finishing touches on, well, let's be pretty blunt here, incredibly difficult place. It is always going to be a bit of a nightmare to try and string them together. But that's what they're going to have to do to try and beat a team at this caliber. Infield pass. There's Khaled.
Oh!
Back to TRK. Wow.
World class from Falcons. TRK infield. Khaled back to him. TRK finishes it off. And you can't really blame Liquid for that. I mean, they're covered in the goal. They're covered in the backboard. But 1-2, Falcons now lead 2-1. And if they could just hold on, that would do it for the series. They would go on to play against FaZe later today. And it's going to be another one for Ahmad. I thought Keeper was going to get this, but somehow Ahmad has hit this hard enough to get it past him before he could recover.
Do you want to go and get them like a couch or something? Like, do you want them to look more comfortable on this side of the field? Like, Falcons are just stepping this up level to level. And they are starting to dismantle Team Liquid, who look like they had at least a little bit of a lifeline here. Need to get something going yet again. Pops the ball up. Ato with Oski in support. Just can't string this together. And you can see TRK's already there. They're waiting. They know what they've got. They've got the 1v1.
Oh,
and there was no point even being there. A Chronic, I'm so sorry.
TRK is a monster. Fakes the initial shot, casually pops it up into the air again off the ground and slots it over the goalkeeper, all the while threatening multiple different shots here. He could be just completely faking here. He could be going for a double, but no, he's just got the delayed dodge for the finish. And that's the great thing about players like TRK. He's always threatening multiple things whenever he's flying at you. You can't just cover one option. He's got multiple that he can go to. And now Liquid have a real hole to dig themselves out of.
They have to get this going so quickly. As soon as you get that 3-goal deficit, then it's time to start hitting the panic button. But Oski, they'll be hitting it just because he's up against Ahmad.
Good cover. You read the double there. Oski is trying to keep it together here. I mean, another goal would probably be too much, you'd have to think. If they can just get 1 soon, then 2 goals is possible. Just go for a nice little kick-off strat. I know that Team Liquid have got a lot of variety there. Phenomenal defense from Khaled, using all of his knowledge. Those 1v1 positions, gets in the right spot.
Oh, wow.
Blocks the top shelf shot. Oh, this is open, actually. Chronic might be able to get to this. No, he doesn't have enough speed. He's going to knock it into the wall. He just couldn't get there. Team Liquid with a heartbreak situation.
That was the worst time to only have about 12 boosts to your name. Falcons will continue on with their 3-goal lead. Oski, he's got 1 player less to deal with after the demo. The pass in field, but Khaled feints out the original challenge and then just shifts himself back in. Oh, the TRK struggles a little bit. Ato with Oski. They need people to turn around. The boost amount is going to start getting a bit lower. It's up to Chronic. He's the only one with a decent amount, but he just sees the ball popped over the top. And that is another crucial offensive push gone for Liquid.
Falcons are just getting better and better as the series goes on. Time is running out for Liquid. They can't mount a comeback. They'll be playing for their tournament life in the lower bracket tomorrow against Power, who earlier lost to FaZe. Winner of this advances to play against FaZe today. What a matchup that would be if Falcons can make this one across the finish line. And it looks like they will, to be honest. They're not putting really any feet wrong here. They're not making anywhere near enough mistakes to allow Liquid 3 goals, far less concede them.
Oh, wait a minute.
Actually, a little bit backwards to the player, though. Another ridiculous goal. This one went through everybody. With Khaled in the way, if you pick anyone in the world to 50-50 the ball safely there, you'd pick Khaled, but sometimes even the great Khaled loses a challenge. 2-goal game.
And just like that, a little bit of hope there for the Team Liquid. See what they've got off the kickoff. Again, Falcons have won every single one of these for quite some time.
Hang on.
As it looks to go backboard, Khaled pretty happy just to take control of this, get the ball to the opposite side of the field. Oski clattered into on his way forwards. Can't find the infield pass either. Off the backboard, they need to get rid of it. The pressure still on from Falcons.
Yeah, time's gone.
Oh, yeah, that'll do
one.
it. And Ahmad re-establishes the 3-goal lead, and Falcons look to be moving on.
You know, I think he's probably quite happy that this probably winning goal is less dramatic than it was in Sweden. He didn't need a 0-second one this time. With 15 seconds left, Liquid need 1 goal every 5. What a comeback by Falcons. They were down badly in game 1. They were trailing in game 2. They were trailing in game 3. But unlike any other team today, they've shown that they can bounce back from adversity. And I've got to say, in my opinion, it's all that LAN experience they've had within their own region. They've been doing this. They've been winning LANs. And, you know, a lot of these LANs aren't really talked about. Their online results are known, but they've been winning LANs against the same teams they've been dominating online. And it shows. I mean, that was unreal.